Hi, and welcome to another fabulous show of What Does It Take? I'm Eric Solan, and you know, this is our first show of the year of 1989, and we have a fabulous show for you. I want to tell you that who we do have on the show, but first, if you are interested in getting on What Does It Take, we will have a little bit about that in a minute. Some of the biggest executives, A&R people, record people, DJs, publishers and publicists, and top bands that are making it in LA, singer-songwriters, everybody in the business of what does it take does come on my show. I have a fabulous show, and today we have a fabulous singer-songwriters. Some of the singer-songwriters that I do have coming on our show today are Crowley. She's here all the way from Connecticut. She's fabulous. She's going to sing one of her new releases that she has, and she's searching for a deal. Also, we have Wayne Haggan. He's like the ice cream people, but he's fabulous. You're going to love him. You're going to love him. And also, I also have on our show a fabulous group out of LA called Jekyll. They're a rock group. They're going to show us what does it take in this business. So stay with us as we find out together what does it take. Hi, and welcome back to What Does It Take? We're here with Crowley. And Casey, let me ask you, how long have you been writing music?
Well, I've only been writing music since I was about 15 or 16, so.
15 or 16 years old? And you've been at it for a while. How long have you been playing?
I've been out here about 6 months.
6 months? And how's it going? Have you been playing around?
I've been playing around. I have a band. I've been playing a couple times a week in different clubs.
Oh, yeah? What's the name of your band?
Well, Casey and the Lunatics, or whatever we decide to call ourselves for the night.
Fabulous. That's fabulous. And what song are you going to do today?
I'm going to do a song that I wrote. It's called Stronger Than You Know.
Stronger Than You Know. Crowley, out of Connecticut. She's fabulous. She's here on What Does It Take? And I want to hear that right now. All right, Casey.
Thank you.
This ain't so easy. Playing games that I've never learned to play. But I don't need no teacher. I've always learned the hardest way. And I am better on my own. Said I'm gonna get it all on my own. 'Cause I am stronger. Yes, I am stronger. Stronger than you know. And I ain't never done nothing to regret. But Lord knows I made my share of mistakes. And there's this thing that I like to call freedom. It gives back most of what it takes. And I am better on my own. Said I'm gonna get it all on my own. 'Cause I am stronger. Yes, I am stronger. Stronger than you know. And all along I've had this feeling that the sky was gonna be all mine someday. Yeah. And don't tell me that I'm naive dreaming. Somebody's gotta make it. Someone's gotta make it anyway. And I am better on my own. Said I'm gonna get it all on my own. 'Cause I am strong.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Casey Crowley, on What Does It Take, Stronger Than You Know. I want you to write in to What Does It Take and come on my show. We'll have a fabulous time. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to What Does It Take? I'm here with Joe Benson of KLOS Radio, Local Licks. He has a fabulous show. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Thank you very much. Pleasure being here. I started out on TV a long time ago. This is a
Did you really?
Deja vu.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm glad you made it. Joe, I was going to ask you, how's the traffic today?
Traffic's intense.
I bet.
I've been out here at KLOS for 8 years,
Fabulous.
and I think during that 8 years, the traffic has gotten every year logarithmically worse and worse and
Yes.
worse. So,
I
first I thought maybe it was going to be your studio audience rolling in here today.
That
There's so
was
many
them.
cars,
All those
but-
people are going to What Does It Take?
Yeah, that's it.
Joe, I was going to ask you, so you've been a DJ for quite a number of years.
Over 20 years in radio.
Fabulous.
It's too late to apologize for that now.
It's too late to go back, too.
Very much so.
And let me ask you, what is it like? You're playing like a lot of rock, right?
That's KLOS is the most listened to rock and roll station in the country. Thank God. Over 1.2 million people a week, which is more than by the Los Angeles Times. And we've been doing very well for the last several years. My main gig is Sunday nights on the 7th day, where we track 7 albums. And I do a little history before each one. And I also do local licks on Tuesday night. I'm on the air 6 days a week doing various shifts. But the 7th day, with the albums and little history of each, is what gave
Gave you an idea to write these books.
gave me the basis for the books, Uncle Joe's Record Guide.
Oh, well,
I'm not
let's
sure
just-
which one I'm supposed to pop this into here.
That's okay.
But there's, might as well hit it this early in the show.
Let's show these books.
I've got 4 of them out now. The one you're holding up there on Clapton, Hendrix, and The Who is the 3rd one. They go through
Are we getting that?
going through all the albums and all the songs in chronological order and where they did them and how they did them.
Okay, and let me show them. Here's
When,
another one.
sometimes why. I'm more responsible for the artwork in that one than any of the others because there's no detail in it. I think
Are you
that's the way it
serious?
works.
I like this book because it's fat. It's a lot to read. It has everything you want to know about, record guide. If you're trying to get a record deal, whatever it takes in the record business. Also, I wanted to ask you. You're very well known in Los Angeles and through Southern California, and
Thank you.
through the country.
Don't know if it's helped the credit rating any, but
Well, I'm sure KLOS is a fabulous radio station. Everybody listens to it. And, the generation is just booming with all these young musicians and,
that's what's nice about doing the Local Licks program. That's been on the air for about 8 years. We're going to
Fabulous.
celebrate our anniversary, and I think it's going to be towards the end of March. It's been on long enough we don't,
Really?
But we feature local bands, 4 or 5, every Tuesday night at midnight. And the way you generally go about that, I was just talking with the guys from Jekyll, who will be on your show a little bit later on.
Right.
And same situation on that, where they have a record that's out. Bands contact us with either a tape or a record.
Okay.
We have them fill out the proper waiver form so there's no legal problems with it.
Fine.
Then we go through a screening process. I've got 6 or 8 people working with me on the show. We screen through the music, see how it's going to fit in, if it'll pass the criteria or not to get on the air. And then once a week we feature 4 or 5 bands. And you don't have to be signed, doesn't have to be a record. It can be a demo tape you put together as long as the quality is up. And at the end of the month we feature the bands, refeature the bands we got the most response to. It's kind of like a best of show.
Oh, that's great. I
So,
love it. I love it.
Gives a chance exposure to bands on the radio and see what your music sounds like, which is usually quite a bit different on the radio than it is on the tape itself or on the record. And also a chance for people in the industry to hear it and the general populace as well. And it really works very well quite often. If a band gets on, maybe they don't play live very often, people hear them.
Let me ask you, Motley Crue, right?
Yeah. And it was one of the first ones that we did.
Motley Crue, and who else?
Oh, we've had Rat. Great White was one of the first. We had them on the radio, one of the first times ever did anything. The Crew especially, because I like most of the guys a lot. I've known them for a while. They were playing clubs and packing the clubs, didn't have a record, nobody would pay any attention to them. They had a demo tape they sent down our way. I think they eventually turned it into a 45.
Wow.
And we said you could hear there was something in the music. It didn't matter whether you could see them or not. The magic of radio is hearing the music.
Hearing and feeling those vibrations.
And we put it on the air. We got response. We did an interview with them shortly afterwards. And they got their first independent album came out a little bit after that, and they signed with Elektra within the year. Can't say we were necessarily responsible for it, but it's neat plugging into music at an early stage like that. The Crew, Great White. We also did the Motels when they finally clicked through in the All for One album.
Did they really?
There's a lot of bands out right now that are very good too and on the verge of being signed or something like that, and it's nice to be able to plug into them.
We have to send them over to KLOS, local licks. I wanted to ask you also, what's new coming up on the calendar for '89, Joseph?
A lot of it will be maintaining the same way. One thing about KLOS has been consistent through the years, and you figure the music will work the same way.
Right.
Local licks, I think we're going to keep rolling the way it is. The response has been very good to what we're doing.
Right.
And the seventh day, as long as the ratings stay up on that, I can pay the rent.
I'm glad to
So
hear
we'll
about that.
maintain that. I am doing a little bit of racing on the
I was
side.
just going to ask you. I know, because we talked over the phone, he races a car too.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Winter Nationals. The big drag race is out at Pomona. It's the first big drag race of the year for the major leagues. I'm certainly not in that, but I'll be participating in the celebrity race. I won last year.
Oh,
Ticket.
yeah.
Oh, now we want tickets. Okay.
You have to move fast in this kind of field.
That's true. I got to go to, when I won last year, the prize was I went to drag racing school. So to get radio out of my mind, I went to Florida, where it's the only school in the country accredited for that. I got in a 600 horsepower dragster, ended up going 143 miles an hour in 9 seconds.
Oh, in a dragster?
In a dragster, it's a very good way to get the problems of the music business out of your brain. You completely forget about that stuff, and I strongly suggest it. It takes a large credit card, I think, to do it on your own.
Oh, I bet it does.
So I'm looking for sponsors right now. And
Excellent. Hey, you have to look. You have to do your thing. Let me. I wish you a lot of luck in upcoming years. Is there any bands that have been coming your way, or did you get out to the Troubadour or the Lingerie or local clubs in LA?
I very rarely make it out to the clubs anymore. When I first got here, I did that a real lot. Starwood was big. KLOS had regular nights out there. And now between working on the books, which is another full-time occupation, getting the Uncle Joe's record guides out there and researching them and that, I don't really have enough time to go out and do the clubs. Maybe once every couple of months. Bands that I've seen and that we've played on the air that I think you're going to hear from, American Martyrs are very good. Cat Chase is another band that's very good. We're doing 6 o'clock news on our next show. Film at 11 was another band. Kind of strange the way those titles, the names of the bands tie in, but those are bands that are very good.
Good.
There's also a lot of them. I think a lot of people you hear on the air say within the next few months, they might not have the same name when they finally get signed, but it's going to happen.
I think it's fabulous. I think it's fabulous. Well, I'm really glad you came down to the show.
Well, thank you for the
And I'm glad
opportunity.
we have Uncle Joe's record guide. You sure this stuff wasn't made near the stills? It looks fabulous. There's a lot to read.
Thank you.
There he is.
Best of luck to you.
I appreciate that. I really do. Joseph, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you made it down. And
you.
I want you to come back on What Does It Take?
Okay.
Because we're going to find out together. What does it take? We'll be right back. Hi. Welcome back to What Does It Take? I'm here with one of the fabulous singers of L.A. He's been singing around. Wayne, welcome to What Does It Take? How you doing?
Just fine.
Wayne, I wanted to ask you some questions. Tell me some of your music influences.
Well, my musical influences stem from jazz, rock, classical, funk, tribal music. I go to the extremes. A little bit of influences about all directions in music.
That's fabulous. And you play around town, L.A., right?
Right.
And where are you going to be playing now?
Right now, out towards the beach, where we're playing a little club down there. And I'm mainly doing a lot of recording in the recording studio, working on my next album.
Oh, I see. And what song are you going to be doing for us today?
I Want You.
I Want You. Did you write that?
Yes, I wrote and produced it and played all the instruments and engineered it. It did a one-man show trip.
Fabulous. Wayne, Haggan,
Haggan.
Hogtoven. Wayne Hogtoven.
That's good.
That's tough, but that's beautiful. We're going to hear a song, I Want You.
It's just the other day when I first laid eyes on you, girl. You know nothing else mattered but the way I felt about you. You know your love hit me so hard. It hit me like a rock, girl, and knocked me to my knees, so that I could give up. I want you. I want you. I want you. I want you. As I look into your eyes, my lungs burn hot, so hot I can't control myself. You know these feelings that come on me, I just don't know what to do.